One thing I find interesting about this whole Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, Chris Rock situation is the fact that Will Smith has not received one label yet. And what I mean by that is when you look at Kanye West, and you look at all these labels that the media has put on him, and you look at how they have just made him look like he is just completely off the rails. And I get Kanye is a little crazy, but the fact that Will Smith walked up on stage and smacked a comedian, the host of the Oscars, in front of the whole world, and the media is not calling him crazy. They ain't saying he needs help. He needs therapy. They're not saying he's violent. He ain't got the angry black man tag. Like, this dude hasn't received one label yet. And I find that extremely interesting because Kanye just got banned from the Grammys. And the Grammys is essentially the Oscars for musicians. So virtually, essentially, he got banned from the Oscars to a certain degree. I know it's different, but y'all get the point. And he got banned from the Grammys for what they call reckless online behavior. And I get that he said, he could do something to D.L. Hughley. He's been making, threats. But at the end of the day, he ain't did nothing to nobody. He ain't put hands on nobody. And a lot of this has to do with race. Because that whole Kim Kardashian, Pete Davidson situation, that was blown way out of proportion. They put so many extras on that situation. It was ridiculous. And the only reason they made that shit like it was such a big deal is because Kim Kardashian is a white woman and Pete Davidson is a white man. I guarantee you, if Kim Kardashian was black, they would not be calling him a stalker. They would not be calling him abusive. They put all of those extras on it. They was Karen for Kim. Like, Kim wasn't even acting like a Karen. The media and the people was acting like a Karen for Kim. Because we've seen way worse. Like, this dude just struggled with letting his family go. That's what we were witnessing. We wasn't witnessing a crazy, deranged, abusive stalker. We were witnessing a man struggle with accepting the fact that his wife no longer wants to be with him and his family is dead. That's not an easy thing to accept. I'm not saying that he handled it the right way, because he definitely didn't. He looked like the biggest simp in the world, and he looked crazy, and all of that. I get it. But it was way overblown. Way overblown. Because they're white. And we see the difference now. We see that a black man can go on stage and smack another black man in the face in front of the whole world, go back, sit in his seat, shout obscenities, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth twice, stay, and get to accept his award. They still gave him the damn Oscar. Like, can you imagine if Kanye would have did that? Just look at the two different situations. Kanye ain't put his hands on nobody. And he's banned from the Grammys. They calling him crazy, a stalker, abusive. He needs help. But Will Smith ain't none of that. People are asking, do you agree with what Will did? Like, they asking shit like that. Like, they're asking more questions than they making statements. It ain't no, he's crazy, he's abusive, he's violent, he needs to be checked into. Bro, they would have took Kanye to the nut house if he would have went up on stage and slapped some damn body. We see how they acting with him on Twitter. Like this nigga, Kanye, they came harder at Kanye for tweets than they are at Will for smacking another man. Like, this is crazy. So this just goes to show you the power of the media. Because when they keep saying certain things over and over and over again, it conditions you. You know, they basically program you. They basically tell you what to think. Because I saw it happen with Kanye. I saw so many people say Kanye was bullying Kim. He was stalking and bullying and abusing Kim. I seen black people running with that because they heard it so many times in the media. This dude ain't laid one finger on that girl. How is he abusing her? How is he bullying her? Okay, yeah, he said a lot of dumb shit. He was being extra. He was being all of that. But abusive, stalking, come on now. Like with the Pete Davidson situation, he didn't lay one finger on Pete Davidson. But there were consequences just from the shit that he said online. And I just find this whole situation super interesting. How if you do something, which we all know, we know how it go. But, with these two things being in such a close proximity of time, the Kanye, Kim, Pete Davidson situation, with this Chris Rock, Will Smith, Jada Pinkett situation, I immediately noticed the stark contrast in how Kanye is being treated versus how Will is being treated. And one smacked the shit out of the host of the Oscars. The other ain't never laid a finger on nobody. Well, he might have hemmed up a couple of them paparazzi people. But outside of that, Kanye has never laid hands on nobody. But you would think this nigga's the new Tupac. Let them tell it. And part of the reason this is the way it is because of the history of Kanye West versus the history of Will Smith. When you look at Kanye's history, Kanye is the dude that went on live TV and said George Bush don't care about black people. He, on live TV, went up on that stage and snatched the microphone out of an 18-year-old white girl's hand who was accepting her first award, Taylor Swift. Hell, and when you think about it, Kanye got more backlash from snatching a microphone from Taylor Swift than Will Smith did for smacking the shit out of Chris Rock. And it just shows you, it just goes to show you the racial aspect and component to the point of this video. If you do something to a black person, cool. As long as it ain't too crazy, yeah, you can smack a nigga live on TV at the Grammys. You bet not go take the microphone out of a white girl's hand if she's accepting her award. But yeah, you can slap all the niggas you want. That shit cool, yeah. You can slap a nigga, And I find this whole situation extremely interesting. And I wanted to point that out. But Zion Amari, Real Spit TV, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.